Here's a quick look at the market through the eyes of the eMiniDayTrader system for Wednesday, April 1st, 2009. Yesterday we were thinking that the market could have some follow through lower, and we monitored the overnight session here, which did make a lower low compared to the day session. But we also knew that this area over here where the market had traded back on Monday, after the good gap down opening, had found some pretty good support and had a positive close here compared to the kind of action during the day. And that's when we were looking at a possible test on the 95 area, and it actually got much higher than that. So however, that fierce sell-off that occurred late in the day yesterday, some 20 points, when you have a sell-off like that, you got to expect some follow-through. So it came down into an area here overnight, and then early in the morning of expected support, not that we were prepared to buy it at that time, but a potential area of support. And of course, what ended up by happening is the market found some really strong buying early in the day, and started to rally. So we can see here that what ended up by happening was that entire gap area has now been erased, and that was the gap that had formed from Friday to Monday, almost closed yesterday, and now has been totally closed. So on the longer time frame basis, this is certainly a positive development for the bulls, and it could certainly sell off again, of course, but doubtful it'll sell off too hard, especially if the market can continue to trade above that gap high. As far as our trades were concerned today, the system trade, when it gets into more of a trend kind of day like this, has trades for that. Unfortunately, none of them were triggered today, and so as a result, we ended up by having a slightly losing day. We were off a few ticks today. We had some 10 trades, and however, I was speaking to a couple of our members after the market, and they had exceptionally good days. These are members who have been with us a little bit longer, 6 months or so, and they've really developed their skill in identifying directional bias if one does exist. And so they were actually able to either not take a couple of the short trades that we had triggered, or they were just went ahead and only traded on the long side. So we had a nice deceleration bar right here, which got us in on the long side. We had another one here. It's got us in short. This is the kind of short that our more experienced trader wouldn't be taking, but that was stopped out. Then the market came up here and gave us another deceleration bar here, but then we were able to get long on a turnaround here to take part in that up move. So that worked out nicely. We then had another trade in here that worked out well for us based on this balance area here. The market dipped down and started to rally, and when it started to rally like that, we had another couple of trades that allowed us to get into the short side after the market had formed that really nice cyan balance area on the high of the day. We had a really good deceleration there, so we got short here, and that was a nice trade. It came down. We had another long trade, long trade actually to cover our short, and we're able to get a hold of this nice bounce in here. So that was sort of a nice dip and bounce. We caught both of them. Late in the day, we had a short in here that was stopped. So, but by that time, the market was getting pretty volatile, and we had cut down our position on that trade. So, that's what ended up by happening today, and we look forward to seeing if the market can actually get above that area tomorrow, and that resistance area I was referring to. And if it can, then look out, because we could be in store for a nice rally. It may not happen tomorrow. Who knows? It may not happen at all. It may take another day or so before it really gives those higher prices a good test. But it certainly is possible that it could happen tomorrow. And so Just some of the things we're looking at. Probably support in around 805 and then down at 798 is what we're looking at for tomorrow. So that's a quick recap, a shortened version of what we post on our members website each night, where we go over several more charts and usually last between 15 and 20 minutes. So we always welcome your comments or questions. You can reach us at eMiniDayTrader.com or email us at info@eMiniDayTrader. So that'll be it for Wednesday, April the 1st, 2009.